Sakura's eyes flew open. Really? What? That dream? It can't actually be coming true. For a moment, a smile very nearly floated onto her lips, but from Gara's tone and expression, she assumed that this situation was not all smooth sailing and kept her grin in check. Sasuke is here? Why? Sakura and Ino gave voice to their questions simultaneously. Kara clasped his hands together on top of the round table and let out a deep breath. I'm not quite sure where to start. I suppose it would be best to simply tell you what happened as it happened, he said. 2 days ago, Uchiha Sasuke contacted terrorists hiding themselves in our village. What? Ino shouted, her voice wild. Hold on a minute. Why would Sasuke talk to terrorists, Ino? It was Tamari who interrupted her. Gara will talk first. Save your questions for after. Sorry. Gara nodded and continued. 2 days ago, members of the Anbu and I surrounded the terrorist base. Normally, the leaders of the village would not directly accompany such missions, but the situation being what it is, the terrorists were originally ninja from SUNA, but they opposed Gaara's appointment as Kazekage and left the village to form an anti-government group. For a long time, Gaara hadn't been able to pin down their location, but a month or so earlier, one of the Anbu had discovered their base, and the group had been placed under Anbu monitoring. The group had made a move about a week earlier. A lone man visited their base to talk with the terrorist leader. The member of the Anbu on monitoring duty had reported that the man visiting the base soon exited the tent and disappeared. The meeting had been so short that the Anbu hadn't been able to eavesdrop on their conversation. But a concerning report from one of the Anbu was brought to Gara. The man who appeared at the base very strongly resembled Uchiha Sasuke of Konoha. Sakura quietly drew a sharp breath, but her questions would have to wait. I thought that it was a mistake, an accidental resemblance, Gara remarked, but I was reluctant to simply dismiss the matter so easily. So I decided to join the Anbu the next day on their monitoring mission. Gara would have been able to peek inside the tent with his sand eye, and if he manipulated the sand, it was an easy matter to plant a listening device. A few days after he joined the monitoring team, Uchiha Sasuke appeared at the terrorist base. Once he was there, he began negotiating with the terrorist leader. Sasuke pushed at the leader and demanded that they become his subordinates. Subordinates? Ino furrowed her brow. Kara nodded. Sasuke came to them with the idea that they become his subordinates and help him destroy Konoha. If they did, he would help them with their own terrorist attacks. But that's... Sakura cried out reflexively. Gaara ignored her. The terrorists rejected Sasuke's demands, so the negotiations broke down. But rather than leaving then and there, Sasuke killed the terrorist leader. He said he couldn't let him live now that he knew about Sasuke's plan to destroy Konoha. Witnessing this with his sand eye, Gaara had given the order for the Anbu to charge in. A melee soon broke out between terrorists and Anbu, and in the middle of the chaos, Sasuke escaped. Gaara took off in pursuit at some point, but Sasuke hid his chakra, and Gaara lost him. This happened 2 days ago. Sakura closed her eyes, but her mouth didn't open. Silence descended on the room. Hey, wait a minute, Ino said, finally half laughing. You think we'd believe a story like that? The situation was simply too far from reality. Sakura could empathize with how she felt. A family tragedy, a hatred that made him want to leave the village. Sasuke overcame this. He was their friend. He fought with them in the great ninja war. Why would Sasuke now need to join up with terrorists to plot revenge on Konoha? She would never have expected this of him.